Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to Mining Monday. In today's episode, we're going to be taking our Type 8 transporter out to a field, probably in the Shinrarta system nearby, just because I don't know if there's going to be any hot spots right near here, and we need a station that is a large station to be able to land on to turn in our stuff anyway. So let me turn the volume here down, it's a little loud. So let's go ahead and get our destination set to Jameson. It's only 2 jumps away, so I'll get those, well, I guess not. I'll get those jumps down, bring you guys back, and then we'll talk about the Type 11. I want to talk about that for a second. So let's go ahead, we'll get ourselves into the jumping process. I'm trying to train myself to put the cut in during the jump so that it's a nice little seamless transition from jumping into one system and then finishing the jump in our destination system, so it's like a fast forward. But it's always kind of weird to just cut the thing out while we're still in the system. So we'll wait until we're in like this, and then we'll fast forward to our destination. All right, we are coming into Shinrarta. We're not actually going to go to Jameson Memorial, though. We're going to be looking for points of interest. I want to see if any of... Okay, yeah, resource extraction high. Sometimes you have to reset it and find it again. Other times it just shows up for you. So we'll go ahead and start heading over to this resource extraction site. I should have waited until 3 or 2. Sorry. Anyways, I did want to talk about the Type 11 Prospector because in the last Mining Monday video that I did, I had somebody ask me about, or recommend to me grabbing the Type 11 Prospector. I don't even know that when it comes out of early access that I'm necessarily going to grab it for video purposes. I'll probably grab it, but I don't foresee using it in the videos. And here's why. Because while the Type 11 Prospector is absolutely going to be is absolutely a game changer for laser style mining is not exactly interesting content to watch. Just watching somebody sitting there holding down the trigger, and it has a cooler effect of and all of that. Yeah, that is true. That is very true. You know what? What do we want to go for? We might as well mine tritium since... I didn't think about that. Maybe we should just mine tritium so we can pay less in fuel prices. No, but we want to try to get cores. Because the whole point of this is we're trying to do interesting mining content. We're not in it for the money, we're in it for you guys watching the ship fly around and do reasonably engaging things. And that right there is exactly why I'm saying that there's a good chance that I'm just not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother with the Type 11 Prospector for channel purposes. Like I might, once it comes out, I'll probably make a video just using it once just to say that we did it. But laser, oh, come on. Seriously? That's fine, we're close enough. At least I hope we are. Oh, good, okay, that worked out. Laser mining is just dreadfully boring. It's dreadfully boring to do, and it's even more dreadfully boring to watch. And just, the idea of asking you guys to sit and watch me, even with the repeater, is just... I just don't see it. I don't see it being anywhere close to interesting enough to justify anybody's time. So, let me get down to less than 100 meters per second here. We'll fire off our Prospector Limpet and see if we can find ourselves either a subsurface deposit. I mean, even the abrasion blasters are still more fun than the laser mining. I mean, it requires you to actually target something, and it's, half-ass combat related, which it isn't necessarily, I don't really care about that. If I'm on my own and I'm just grinding for materials, then, okay. And I don't really care what we're grabbing. Like, if we find a core, great. Otherwise, we're just trying to just participate in the mechanics, because it's not like we're trying to actually make any money here. Okay, so let's see. Displacement missile, here we go. Oh, I didn't think I hit it. I thought the thing got in the way. Let's try that again. Okay, there's one. I had to fix my throttle too, because Oh, hold on. We need to get a couple of limpet collectors out. Oh, is that one dead already? I didn't notice it died. All right, so yeah, we'll just, like I said, we're not really worried about making money with the mining, because to make any kind of decent money, you have to put a decent amount of time into it. And these videos are just going to be short, little punchy, you know, just demonstrating mining less, it's more about demonstrating mining every week than it is about actually making any kind of profit. So if you're wondering, if you haven't seen this before, those little bars down there that are scrolling by, you want to get the smallest one possible. You want to release the, so you fire the trigger to shoot the missile and hold it down. The drill starts drilling in, and then once you get to a bar, you let it go. You want the smallest, the thinnest bar possible, because thinner bars means more material, but it's harder to get it, which is, you know, the gameplay loop, you know. Oh, that one's out. And then when you click on one of these, you look under the little holographic image there, the 100%, that tells you how much material is left in it. So we're going to do this one here, right? And then when we're done, the percentage will go down based off of how much material is in it. So we're going to get a good, you know, we're going to get a bunch of drills out of this one because it only went down by like 11% as I slam into another asteroid. So let's go ahead and do that. And you just follow this around, and you release the trigger. I think I missed that one. You just release the trigger when you get over one that's thin enough for you. Some people really want to go after all of the one size bars. Some people will do 2 or 3. 4 is almost not worth the missile that you fired. So I would recommend doing that. Try to follow this around without hitting that asteroid again, or hitting another asteroid. The only problem with going without shields is that, you know, you risk, especially if you're doing mobile stuff like this, you risk having that happen. I may swap out one of my collector limpets for a shield generator, just because it would be nice to have. Like I'm gonna hit this thing again if I just keep swinging around like this, so I'm gonna have to swing down a little bit. Hope that I can still keep a decent angle. I mean, we got this last one here, so I can just sit here and wait. All right, so that's enough subsurface. Oh, I got that one. I wasn't thinking I was going to get that. That's enough subsurface displacement mining. Let's get some more. Let's get some more collector limpets out here because it's taking these guys forever to grab these. Oh no, never mind. Why is it? I'm seeing a bunch of... Oh, because I have them, okay. This whole time, it hasn't been pulling in anything. So, I mean, I want to collect this stuff as much as we can, but... We'll turn this way to get the limpets under us, and then we'll grab all of that stuff. So I'm going to sit here for a second and wait for my limpets to pick up everything. And then we'll go searching for, hopefully, a core mine. Or an asteroid with a core in it, so we can do the seismic charges. All right, well, we can see our limpets are starting to circle down below. So let's go ahead and switch over to our pulse wave. I didn't mean to do that, damn it. I accidentally fired off my prospector limpet. So, start looking around the asteroid field, see if we can find some more yellow over here. But really what we're looking for are kind of smaller, bumpy-looking ones. You can tell a core, you can generally tell a core asteroid by its shape. Let's get our cargo scoop down, or up. So these big ones over here generally are not going to be core mines. The ones that are more circular, and especially the ones that have like a bumpy, like has big bumps on it, can generally tend to have them. But for the most part, you're really looking for, as I was going way too fast for that. Let's fire off another prospector there. You generally want ones that are circular shaped, at least something like this. But for the most, there's certain shapes that you start to look for. I don't really remember what they are at this point. But, yeah, this one just has more subsurface deposits. We'll continue looking around, and hopefully we can find one with some fissures in it and demonstrate again how you can do some core mining. So let me look around for a minute, and I'll bring you guys back if I find one. Okay, so in general, you want asteroids that are shaped kind of circular like this, but you also want ones that are super bright like that. So we're going to test both of these just to see, because it's feasible that this one could have a core in it, but the brighter it is, the more valuable it's going to be. So you might find one that's a core-shaped asteroid, but it's not going to have like really high-value material in it. I believe the brightness, I was doing the research on it, I think, yesterday, and I believe the brightness is related to the value of the material, not whether it actually has a core. And the shape of it helps you determine whether it's going to be an asteroid that has a core. So you see how this one's like much brighter yellow? That ideally should have more valuable material in it. I don't believe that it increases the chance of it being a core asteroid. But this is the kind of dimpled shape I was talking about that, you know, gives you a decent chance of it being a core asteroid, because the core ones are generally somewhat symmetrical. But unfortunately, this one didn't have it either, so we're just going to continue looking around and hoping that we find... Because I personally am not really that interested in the value of the material, because we're just not grinding that kind of stuff right now. We're just trying to go through the mechanics. So let me continue searching around for a little bit. We'll check the prospector limpet on this. I'm trying not to rant, but the prospector limpet process for this is just obnoxious. It needs to be more like a missile that just shoots out instead of it being a limpet, because it's so irritating after having to come to a complete stop while you're trying to move through the asteroid field to just check out whether it's going to be something you want. Like, I want to be able to move and then fire a missile or something that lands into it and does that. I hate that you have to you have to like almost come to a complete stop to ensure that your fucking prospector limpet's not going to implode on your ship when you fire it. It's just really irritating. It's really, really irritating. I don't mind things requiring a process, but this is just obnoxious. I have to come to a complete stop almost to make sure that my prospector limpet's not going to hit my ship as it deploys. It's really irritating. We'll check out this one, and then I'll continue on my own to see if I can find a core. It's just, I'm sorry. I try to approach these episodes from a, you know, let's be positive and everything, but when I run into these stupid problems that are easily fixable, like they could just redo the thing to make it so that it's more like a missile. It just fires out of a freaking hard point or something, and then that's your prospector limpet. That would be easy to program. It wouldn't be that hard. It just really wouldn't. But they just, nope. We're gonna make it so that you have to take your sweet little time. I'm gonna go searching now. I need to calm down because it's just irritating. I was not aware that you could do low temperature diamond mining that isn't core mining. All of these surface deposits are methane clathrate. I always assumed that low temperature diamonds were a core material, but apparently not. That's clearly not the case. I don't know what to do about that. But anyways, we're going to continue going off in this direction. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm just tired of looking for them. If you really enjoy mining as an activity, then I'm sure that sifting around for these things is your cup of tea or whatever. Me personally, the only time I ever do mining, the only time I would ever do mining is for mining tritium for my carrier, and that's a laser mining process, which is not nearly as annoying as this is. I mean, it is. It's still annoying because, you know, you still have to come to almost a complete stop, but there's far more of those. So this very bright colored, I mean, this is still only orange. You really want like bright yellow for the most part to have a really good chance of it being exactly what you're looking for, but this is like a darker yellow / bright orange. We'll give this guy a shot, and if it's not a core, I'm just gonna head to a station and sell off our stuff, and we'll be done. So yeah, unfortunately, it's just another one of those, and I just don't have the patience for this today. I think 15 minutes of videos, including the cuts. Like, you have to understand, the cuts have a lot of time in between them. So for you, it's only 15 minutes. For me, it's closer to like 30 to 45 minutes. And that's just, at some point, I don't enjoy mining enough to do that. So sorry for those of you who wanted to see more of that. My last video, we did end up finding a core, an asteroid with a core on it. So if you really want to see that, you can head over there for that. But we're going to head back to the station and get this thing docked. All right, we've made it to Jameson Memorial because I need a large landing pad to sell off my materials here. Let's go ahead and get our docking request in. We hope you find everything to your liking. Request approved. Cleared for landing on pad 05. As we get closer to the entrance, we will switch to half throttle to get maximum maneuverability. Get our way through the slot here. This being a medium ship, I do not have an auto land module on it, so we'll zero the throttle out, point ourselves, landing gear down, get ourselves repositioned for the landing slot there. This is a medium and a fairly heavy medium ship, so we can't just slam ourselves down, especially because we don't really have shields either. We will repair. I'm not going to put the ship down into the bay here because I need to take the ship back to the carrier. I'm not going to really waste your guys' time with that, though, so we're going to go ahead and call that an episode. Oops. So hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. If you'd like to support the channel, I do have PayPal and Patreon links in the video description, as well as, I think to get, can I do the... Okay, I didn't know if I had to go down into the thing to sell. I couldn't remember if you had to go down into the thing to sell all your limpets off. I have PayPal and Patreon links down in the video description, as well as the thanks button for... Oh, the displacement. Why is it taking so long? As well as the thanks button, which is kind of YouTube's version of a tip. So, anyways, I'm gonna bring the ship back to the carrier. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to come back for Takedown Tuesday, where we go and do some bounty hunting on foot.